Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I see four people hiding out there. Let's see, Miss Julie Evans showed up first. Then we got Backwoods Law. Of course, me and Gil are hiding out there. We got Shady Hill Homestead. And Uncle Al will not be joining us this evening. He says he's having some breathing issues, so we'll send good thoughts and prayers to him that way. And so we'll give it a few more minutes. There's CR. Good evening, sir. Give it a few more moments for people to trickle up on in here, then we'll get started. Give you an overview of what we're going to be discussing this evening is less than lethal options for self-protection. There are a plethora of options out there, some good, some bad. Hey, Texas Rob, good evening. Others can be illegal in the state you live in. So with all things, do your own due diligence to make sure that anything you perceive as a possibility is legal where you live or illegal in the township you're at. Because, of course, some townships are slightly more aggressive in their laws than some states. I know here in Ohio, I can have certain items that in Michigan I couldn't have. So if I were to move back to Michigan, which damn, I'd like to, I would have to get rid of certain items that I currently own. I would not be able to have them legally in the state of Michigan. Or if I did have them, I wouldn't tell nobody.
And there's no special permit process for them either, is there?
No, sir. So we're going to drop down that little triangle there. I will put it back up real quick. So the continuum of force pyramid. You always start down here at the bottom. Presence and verbal communication, empty hand control, impact weapons and chemical agents, and last but not least is deadly force. So I see 7 people up there. Who else? That's it so far.
Everyone else is just
lurkers.
lurking.
Yeah, we got lurkers. That's okay. You're welcome. Come on in. Have a seat. There's a couple empty tables over there. And enjoy. I don't think I need that there now. So, Gil, do you have any ideas before we get into the whole meat and potatoes of this? Suggestions for people who are thinking about possible less than lethal, considering you are a former Leo?
I got several. The first that comes to mind is classes. Whatever you choose, classes, self-defense classes, firearms classes, knife classes, stick fighting classes, whatever you want to do, take classes. Because if you're not trained, who's going to get hurt? You are the bad guy. It's going to be you. Because I guarantee you most bad guys have fought with things before. And if you haven't fought with a knife or something before, you're going to be in trouble.
And you are true backwoods. Sometimes it can go from, no confrontation at all right straight to deadly force. Yeah. And that is why living in a constant state of awareness, going back to the Cooper Color Code, not living in white like 90% of the sheep will do, staying constantly aware of your surroundings is key to being able to distance yourself from possible attackers. Guard State Gardener, good evening. Welcome. Hey, Timo, long time no see. Welcome. So going off of what Gil said, there are links to almost all the little things I'm going to hit tonight in the description below. So you can go to Google search. I've already typed in the search for you. So all you got to do is go click it.
And the second thing that goes right along with that is once you're trained, practice, practice, practice.
And let me say it again, practice.
Yeah. And depending what you choose, so it could be fun. I know some people that just absolutely love fencing. Not building a fence, parry, thrust, that stuff. And if you don't practice, you lose the skills very quickly.
Yep. It is considered a perishable skill, which means if you don't do it often enough, you will lose it. Even if you have muscle memory, if you don't keep your muscles trained, they will forget, and so will you.
Yeah.
All right. One of the links down there is to free self-defense classes. I recommend everybody get training of some sort. There, in virtually every area, there are free self-defense training classes. and I'm not saying this to be sexist in any way, but usually they're mainly for women.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of places that I've talked to in the past have kind of diversified a little bit more into those who are disabled or who have medical issues that prevent them from being a full-on hand-to-hand combat sport. They teach you ways to get in and out or get out of sticky situations.
There are even classes for those that are disabled in wheelchairs, using walkers, or whatever else as well.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely correct, Backwoods Law.
Yep. Judo, Aikido, all those classes are extremely helpful. Growing up in Detroit, I was a runt, and the first thing I ever learned was jiu-jitsu. And then I went kind of overboard from there in learning. But that is a must thing if you want to survive. And that especially goes for, feces hits the oscillating device situation. You're going to want to be able to protect yourself hand to hand at the very least. Obviously, if you're facing a gang of roving bandits who are all carrying rifles and pistols, your best bet is to duck and hide and come back later. Hey, Dustin.
Hey, Dustin.
So let's get back over here, and we'll take a look at a few less than lethal options. I brought my own. And don't worry, it is unloaded. And YouTube, this is not a firearm. Not a firearm. It does not shoot powder-burning projectiles. Thank you. This is a Numchucks T4E, training for engagement. This is upgraded to an 11 joule. It hits at about, I posted it in a video the other day, what its feet per second is.
I can't remember.
Energy, I mean. But this is less than lethal, unless, of course, you hit him in the temple at point blank range. So this is one way to, especially inside the house, having something like this with tear gas rounds, provided they're legal in your state. If you live out in California, where Steve and Gil's wife and some of our other friends live out there, you cannot have pepper balls. It's illegal. Unless
you are a Leo, or there are certain ways around it, but it's hard to do.
Right. It shoots little teeny 50 caliber rubber steel impregnated balls or pepper balls, or it can shoot homemade slugs.
Or paintballs.
Or paintballs, but most people don't want to use paintballs.
Freeze them.
No. See that right there in a court of law.
Yeah, I know.
Spoken to attorneys in the past. If you freeze them, that puts intent in your thought process of doing significant bodily harm. If you're using one of these as a not modified in any way, shape, or form, you're using it to deter somebody. If you freeze a paintball, it's an entirely different situation. Of course, I don't know how you're going to run from your bedroom to your freezer to pull them out, to load them into your pistol, then shoot somebody.
Mm-hmm.
That's an awful lot of work.
Yeah.
They make this one that I just showed you, and I think it was this one here. Yes. Numchucks also makes the training for engagement HTS 68 caliber double barrel paintball marker. Paintball marker, YouTube. Okay. This is in my wish list. This is something I do plan on picking up because this also fires pepper balls. And I actually have 20 of them sitting over on the shelf over there waiting for it to show up someday, maybe. There is a link down to that below. Go back over here. You've also got tasers, which I have one of these. Now, let's not get into the whole debate of it's a taser, stun gun, whatever, because it is a debate. There is a company that owns the name Taser, and everybody else is a stun gun, even though they don't shoot. Anywho.
Yeah, that's always been the oxymoron.
Yeah. Yes.
Because, they first came out with a stun gun because you held it sort of like a gun and it had a thing on it, so they called it a stun gun, but it doesn't shoot. Right.
Yeah, there are options. You can go to Wish, and I'm not going to show you because if you want to do it, you better make sure it's legal in your state. Mm-hmm. You can get from Wish the one that shoots the probes. I considered it. until I found out it would be very possibly borderline no here in Ohio. I can actually legally carry this on the street on my side, and there ain't nothing anybody can do about it. It's legal. The
Heck,
other
that's
one,
even legal in California, believe it or not.
wow. But the one that shoots the probes would possibly get me into some trouble. It's kind of a gray area, and I personally myself, I'm staying out of those gray areas. I'd rather not have to ask forgiveness or permission. I'd just rather stay off to the side and not be involved.
I've only heard of 2 states where it's legal to have the one that shoots probes. So there may be more. Laws change all the time.
Yep.
But with that percentage of only 2 out of 50, don't take the chance.
Hey, Gardner, Josh. So, and of course, you can see right here, when you bring this up, it gives you all kinds of pretty nut links. And in all honesty, if it wasn't such a gray area in Ohio, I would have the kind here in the house that shoots probes. I would, because that was my original intent, is to get one of those. But Ohio, kind of a gray area, I'm not treading there. So I'll just take the one that I've got, which I can carry on the street. Next, we can go into the pepper spray.
I'm sorry, I looked up and here's pink.
Well, this originally, pepper spray was mainly aimed at, more of a petite type people. And of course, they made them pink to appeal to the ladies. Truth be told, I actually carry pepper spray with me.
Yeah.
Of course, and I stand 6'6". I don't really want to,
Engage.
confront anybody. I'd rather stay off to the side. Hey, Mousy. So, pepper spray is an option. I don't go into a lot on pepper spray because I've never used it, but I've had, in NBC training, tear gas. This tear gas is nothing compared to some of this. There's some of this out there that will make even the most staunch people have snot running out of the nose for 35, 40 minutes.
And then there are a few individuals that they can take that same spray in their face, to take it away from you, and they use it like Banaka Blast. Tasty. I've seen a few individuals that are totally unaffected by pepper spray. Of course, they eat salsa all the time, and they eat ghost peppers and everything else too.
Tim, I'm going to say this in the most polite possible way I can say it. Quit drinking the Kool-Aid, dang it. Get out of the Kool-Aid.
Quit reciting Pelosi's mantra.
Now, there are different types of pepper spray. There's the general public, the stuff that you and I can normally order. There is stuff that's designed for Leos only. And then there's the military grade. And that, I'm not sure, because I've never been around the military stuff. I personally don't want to get near it. But from what I understand, it's pretty nasty.
Oh, yeah. And something to remember, too, about whether it's pepper spray, tear gas, which really isn't a gas, it's a spray.
Yep, they all look like that right there coming out of the can.
Yeah, and the one thing you got to remember about all of them, which way is the wind blowing?
Yep, that goes right back to training.
And I guarantee you, no matter how you spray it, with people running around, you can be spraying and you'll be turning a little bit. And as soon as you turn, guess what? The mist is going to come over and get you.
Yep. Hey, Ginger. Good evening. Oh, Ginger, did that ever make it back to you that we were talking about the other day via email? So this is a spray and run type thing. This is designed to get you off the X and out of the area. You don't stick around after you use it. You spray it in their face and run. Get yourself away from the opposite direction of where they're at, away from it. Because you stand there too long, like Gil says, you're going to taste it, and it's not going to be a pretty sight, because you can't defend yourself if you have your eyes watering so bad you can't see out of them, your nose is running so fast that it's running faster than your feet, and you're trying to puke every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Because some of it is pretty nasty. Another option.
Did you catch what Backwoods Law put in there about the population?
No, probably not.
It's
Oh,
back up
yeah,
here a little bit, about
yeah.
10 to 15%.
Yep. And another thing to think of too is another thing that can inhibit a person's ability to be incapacitated by it is the fact whether or not they're on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Some drugs will make that person who's normally susceptible to it immune to it.
Exactly. When I was first into law enforcement back many moons ago, in a couple centuries, PCP was the big thing out there that had us all scared, because we had three of us totally soaked this guy down with our mace canisters, and yeah, he'd go like this and he'd start charging us again, and we spray him down, he'd go like this and he'd start charging us again.
Hey, Wandering American, good evening. Thanks for stopping in. And thank you, CR, for recommending it. Another option would be a baton of some sort. Again, this definitely goes back to make sure it's legal in your state. In Ohio, I can have one. I can actually carry it as long as it's not concealed. It cannot be concealed. In some states, you can't carry anything like this. You will get yourself into a felony. Not a pretty term. And that goes all the way back to some of these old style, like here, what they police used to carry back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. This old style baton.
Billy Club.
Yep. Now most of them carry a tonifus. That's what that's actually called. It's called the tonifa. So, no, those are nice options if you can carry one legally. Some states you can have it, but you can't take it out of your house, which puts you in a gray area whether you can use it in your home for self-defense. Again, check your local laws to make sure it's legal. Don't say, Southern Ohio Prepping said I could have it, man. Don't put me there. No, no.
Yeah. What I would like to add on to that is that in some states where you're not allowed to have it as a general public outside, as in like California, unless you have a guard card and a baton card, you can't have like the side handle baton or some of the others for martial arts practicing an exposition, and you're allowed to have it and practice in your home. You're allowed to transport it in a container to the dojo and practice with it there. But you're not allowed just to carry it around while you walk. You can't walk back and forth carrying it out in the open. It's got to be some sort of container.
Right. And they also did that for the Numchucks. Miss Nina, good evening. How it goes to studies and testings. Numchucks used to be very, very, very popular back when I was a rugrat. I had some. I had the foam kind, and I had also set a nice hickory. And dang, if you ain't on time with those, that hurts like crazy. Especially when you smack yourself in the back of your own head. I did that more than once. But you learn quickly how to do it the right way when you're smacking yourself in the head with something that's harder than your own head. And I got a pretty hard head. And we'll go back to this guy. This is the little brother, or actually 68 cal, so it's the big brother to the one I currently have. Again, this is a paintball marker that does more. The upgrade on this is relatively easy, just like the one I've got. You can buy a kit that upgrades them to make it a little bit more HPC. Good evening. A little bit more applicable to actual home defense or self-defense even. One more thing I want to hit on is tools. If you're going to have anything like this, or even something like this, you need tools to work on it. And this right here, I didn't put this down in the bottom, but I will go ahead and throw this in chat so you guys can go look it up if you want. I think it'll go. It went.
Yep.
So this little kit right here has all the little hex drives you need, plus a couple sockets. That will do everything you need to work on this stuff, because they all have pretty little tiny screws. And whether you need to upgrade it or clean it, being able to take it apart with the proper tools is an important thing. If you ain't got the right tools, it's not going to work, or you're going to break it. And then fall back again onto training. Whatever you decide to use, you can use a rolled up magazine with a rubber band on it. That makes a great baton. You can use your car keys. Virtually anything near you can be turned into a weapon for self-defense if you're properly trained. I can't stress that enough. If you're not properly trained, you're probably going to hurt yourself more than the other person.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to take your ink pen and stab them with it. But if you're not holding it right, if you're holding it like this and try hitting them and you hit something harder, you just kind of hurt your own thumb. So learning how to use whatever you're going to use for self-defense is a very key component. But I would recommend just don't go near Mouse's canning stuff. Bad mojo. Bad. Got anything you want to add there, Mr. Gill?
Well, I'm not sure what else you have having to go with here, but one of the things is there is less than lethal. I don't know, I want to try to use the proper word here that YouTube won't go screaming about. Freedom seeds that fit into existing freedom projectors that are less than lethal, like the sandbag rounds and stuff.
Which would be, let me go back to here, something like this right here.
Yes. And then there are also, besides the sandbag rounds for that, the big tear gas launchers have
40 millimeter, 40 mic.
Sandbag rounds for those as well, or beanbag rounds if you prefer.
12 gauge. It's sad when they got demolition rants on here for less than lethal. That's really sad. I mean, I'm sure Matt probably appreciates it, but if you guys are looking for tomfoolery, then go ahead and go check out Demolition Ranch. Hey, hold on. I got to cover my phone. Hey, CB, how's it going?
Hey, CB.
I was hoping they'd show it. Of course, there's your typical paintball gun. There is an item that shoots 40 mics. There's another one there.
Yeah.
Those hurt. And as you can see, there is all different kinds of stuff.
Yeah. They even have them for the 25 mil grenade launcher.
Right. No, not lead pills.
That's what we're trying to avoid.
Right. And a lot of states have opted to, especially with the way the current political climate is, not going into politics as a thing, but a lot of them have upgraded some of their patrol officers and their SWAT teams, their crisis contingency officers, whatever they decide to be called, to less than lethal, to help de-escalate a situation that is spiraling out of control. Sometimes it takes one or two of these little guys right here from one of these to put a person in a less than aggravating motive. They usually settle down.
Like Backwoods is saying that he's seen where the less than lethal fail to stop somebody.
Yep.
Usually when I was a deputy sheriff, that was when somebody was wearing had gotten some body armor, was wearing body armor. You hit him in the body armor, and it's like And so we learned if the first shot doesn't take him out, aim for just below the belt buckle.
Actually, with the way most people are built, all you have to do is aim about 2 inches below the breastbone, which is 2 inches right above, right below your sternum, 2 inches below the sternum. Most plates don't go lower than that.
Yeah.
No problem, Wandering American. We're glad you're here. Hello, Miss Courtney. But there are a lot of different options. On this one right here, this flashlight taser item, that's also can be used as a ball bat. Don't buy it. It's good for about 100 uses, and then the taser part don't work no more.
Yeah. Something about using it as a club kind of makes the electronics inside go.
No, that's even not even using it as a club. I actually have a flashlight that has a taser in the end of it. And during my testing, I was going to do after a year's worth of use of running the light and hitting the taser, the capacitors in it gave out. So they're just junk. Hey, prep for it. Good evening. You're fine. We're always glad you're here. And gardening's far more important.
Prepping to endure.
P2E, evening. So, whatever you do, please go get training before you use it, because you're going to hurt yourself if you're not careful. Speaking from experience, trying to do things that I thought I could do and I thought I'd be trained well enough for. I'll hit that in just a second. I want up hurting myself more than my target.
Yeah, one of the things. So we had one guy that was really good with the beanbag rounds, and if you didn't get him on the to slow down the first time, his next shot was knee shots. Sucker never missed too.
Just catching up on chat here real quick. Everybody's saying hello, hello, hello. So no matter what you decide to use, whether it be something that shoots via compressed air, or you go with something like this, or something like this, which I guess that kind of fits in the first round, don't it?
Yeah.
Something like that. There we go. Or that. This right here is the one that can come back and hurt you first, because if you're not in the right proper wind direction, you're going to get it right back into your face real fast.
Yeah, depending too, it may not even reach your assailant. You can pull it out and be facing it, not realize you're in a heavy wind coming at you. And this spray goes down about 5 feet and comes right back at you, and he started laughing at you.
Yep. So again, going back to Cooper color codes, being constant state of awareness, don't be so over focused that you see everything and you're skittish about it.
Yeah.
Just be aware of your surroundings. Listen to the birds flying overhead. Listen to the cars running behind you. Listen to the people talking to your left and your right. If people were talking on the right and they suddenly got quiet and you ain't looked yet, then you realize something may be happening over there you may want to pay attention to. And I used to carry a mag flashlight in my semi just for that purpose. Somebody tried climbing into the truck. They met Mr. Mag. And as they're laying on the ground, I would call the police and have them picked up for breaking into my truck. And see, that's another thing. Yes, pepper spray does expire. It will lose its efficacy. I can't talk. That's another thing, too. When you're driving a truck, the laws are a little more stringent, and I had to be extremely careful with what I carried inside a semi, considering I crossed the state lines with it, and I had to file a federally regulated logbook. It made it a federal offense, no matter what state I was in, to carry anything that considered that, in a state that says that wasn't legal. It made it an even worse. So if it was a class 5 felony, it automatically bumps it up to a class 4 because I'm in a federally regulated vehicle, which people and most truck drivers don't even understand that. You're driving a semi across the state line, filling out a federally regulated logbook. You are considered driving a federally regulated vehicle, and your laws pertaining to you are far more stringent, which is why a lot of truck drivers have gone the way of, I don't see what you're talking about mentality.
I like Mouse Toe's comment there.
What's that?
About earbuds.
Yeah. Well, you can walk with earbuds in as long as you don't have the music cranked so loud that everybody else can hear it.
All you gotta do is have it just loud enough you can't hear somebody walking up behind you. Of course, I've seen people without earbuds on their phone just going and not paying attention to anybody going around them, and Yeah, there are some actually funny videos of people walking into trash cans, water fountains.
Down manholes.
Yes. Ooh, Wandering America hit the big one.
Mm-hmm.
Rat tail combs.
Yep. If you've never been hit by one.
What's interesting as far as the rat tail comb goes, there's a rat tail brush. It's kind of weird. Basically, you grab hold of the bristles and you pull off.
You're frozen.
And they're frozen. And you pull off the handle. There's the rat tail to do the thing. So you got something big to hang on to if you need to use it.
All right. Backwood brings up a point here. I can safely state that if you are carrying from, say, let's say I want to go from Ohio to Illinois. My load's in Illinois. And here in Ohio, I have a concealed weapons permit. The reciprocity does not exist between Ohio and Illinois. So therefore, legally, I cannot carry it into the state of Ohio, Illinois, because there is no reciprocity. That is a key thing. And if there's no reciprocity, even though the semi is considered my home, and I spent almost 30 straight years driving one, I had to learn the laws to protect not only myself, but those around me. I would not dare go into the state of Illinois with a firearm inside my truck, because the state of Illinois doesn't acknowledge anybody else's CCW.
Yeah.
Actually, Backwoods, if you are carrying one across state lines in a federally regulated vehicle, which a semi is, you have to have a concealed weapons permit. There is no getting around it. I checked the laws and regulations for it. And if you are going across state lines, you have to have it. I would not recommend anybody. Now, in a car, it is a different story. A semi is an entirely different beast. I can go from Ohio to California as long as I only have a 10-round magazine and nobody will give a rat's butt. No, there's more places inside a semi to hide stuff than most people realize.
And your guys at the scales know most of those places.
I have a few they don't know about.
Yeah.
And I've never had them check either.
Oh, of course, they're probably not trying to tear it apart to look for things either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Most of the time at the scales, all they're looking for is code violations.
Yeah.
But I think we can close all that out. Now you can just look at us. Yay!
And my collection of, semi. Actually, all right. Here's a quiz for all you TV watchers out there. Can you name the TV show this is from? It was on for 6 seasons.
Yes, Backwood. Most of the time, they want to look at your logbook. If your logbook's not up to par, you can expect to get inspected. Hi, fishes. No, not Highlander.
Nope. Much more recent.
And don't feel bad if y'all don't get it. I didn't get it either because I don't watch TV.
I'll give you guys a hint. Bauerschwein. Blue Bot.
Well, let's describe some of the weapons that are in there. You have a kukri, you have English daggers, you have a regular Bowie knife, you have some English swords, you have Norwegian axes, you have hand-fletched arrows.
You got a flail, flail, Morning Star. I don't see the bear claw one. Oh, it's hanging up right in the back underneath that axe there.
Bachelorette? No, I don't think Bachelorette. Although it would be more interesting if Bachelorette had all that stuff, I think.
And in this case here is the ogre. This rifle case, if I can get my finger to go right here, this rifle case is the tri-barrel ogre gun. that Monroe used to save Hank's life. Did I say Monroe? Oh. Okay, it looks like nobody's going to get it. Well,
No.
It has to do with a Portland police detective called Nick Burkhart, who found out that he is a Grimm, and that's the name of the show, Grimm, as in Grimm's fairy tales. The Brothers Grimm's. The fairy tales are true; they're not make believe.
So, any questions inside chat? Uh-oh. Josh, is you drinking? Or is that the medicine? Yeah,
What?
backwoods. It didn't mean a darn thing to me either.
Yeah. Did you want to talk about that other one that was the that comment said you needed to get a tax stamp for?
Oh, you can show it to him if you want. Is that what you got put up?
That's up. All right. So this is there we go. There it is right there in the one guy's hand. Basically, this is a 12 gauge, which is why you got to have a tax stamp for it, because you can slip a shotgun shell into it. But it fires out a non-lethal device out of it, and it's a double barrel. It's made for law enforcement. But,
and yeah, according to the comments that I read, it requires a tax stamp, a $200 tax stamp, which means it's an NFA item.
Yeah, there's another picture of it. Of it with the standard orange barrel on it. But yeah, there are things out there, and you got to be careful with some of the things that say they're non-lethal, because guess what you can put in there instead of non-lethal? You can feed it the lethal stuff.
Well, let me pull up something real quick,
Mm-hmm.
and then I want see if I can find it. I can't even remember the name of the doggone company now. Oops.
Well, I have the hat sand page up. You want me to slide that one over there?
You can.
All right, slide that one over here.
Okay.
Ooh. Yes. That's the one I'm waiting to get.
Oh, I can't remember the name of it.
And it comes. This comes in 22 or 25 caliber. But let's see if I go back. Does that go back to the main page here? Yeah. So you got a whole bunch of the pre-charged and non-pre-charged ones here, and everything from 177 caliber up to 50. And the one we would recommend you stay away from is the Blitz. The Blitz is select fire, as in semi or full, and it comes in 20, 25, and 30. But yeah, they're pre-charged. They got that cylinder there with the pre-charged tank on it. And actually, I believe the Blitz is the one that has the tank screws on and off, so you can recharge, switch out quickly.
Yeah. But I wouldn't. Most people here, and I'm not saying this to be mean. Hey, Nancy. Hello. Thank you for swinging in. I would recommend just getting what I got. Or maybe the 30 cal.
That's the flash pup.
Yep.
This one right here.
Yep.
And so this is
mine's a 25 cal.
Yep. And they're out of stock in the refurbished. Right.
They go out pretty quick. It is a highly tunable platform. If anybody's watched any of my recent videos, you can see that the slugs went from just under 800 feet per second to almost 900 feet per second. And I still got a little room. I could actually tune it up, but I'm already using more air than I want to. So,
and you had a kit for the
to make it quieter. Yes.
Yeah. Make it quiet, even more quieter than the built-in.
Yes. So, I mean, there are things you can do to them, but just to be point blank honest, if you know how to use one of those and you know where you're aiming and how to aim, it's no longer less than lethal.
Yeah.
I do want to, let me bring that down and do this real quick and move you over and find my mouse again. All right.
Hang in there, Josh.
We'll send some more prayers your way there, Josh. We'll keep praying for you. I'm going to go ahead and add mine. Okay. For those of you looking for an air gun and you want to try and win one, move this down so I can see it. I'll drop a link to this gentleman. You need to be a subscriber. Pyramid Air is through this channel right here, Air Guns of Michigan. And I kind of know why I kind of like it, Michigan. Oh, anyway, go watch it, subscribe, and give it a thumbs up. I waited to do that so you guys could see I did it. And follow the rules and enter. The rules are pretty simple. You'll have to go check it out to figure it out. But it's a chance at winning a 22 caliber with wood stock, and it's actually a pretty nice looking weapon. Give it a second. It's actually pretty nice. And it's Air Venturi, and Air Venturi is a quality weapon. So that would be definitely something you might want to check out. It's a way to win it. Just go subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in air-powered firearms, Air Guns of Michigan is actually a decent channel to watch. So go check him out. The link's in the description or in the chat here. And go enter. It don't cost you nothing. And one more point here real quick.
Dave?
Huh?
To enter, this thing here says enter, subscribe to the channel. Send him an email, and he has the email address listed in the description of the video. With a number between 1 and 10,000 in the subject line. Include your
name and the
body of the email, so you make sure you're subscribed. Lower 48 states only, must be 18 years older, 1 entry per person. So basically, you pick a number for between 1 and 10,000 in the subject. We email it to him, and then he's gonna. I guess he's gonna do a. I'm not sure how he's gonna do the drawing.
I'm not gonna tell you. You're gonna have to go watch the video to find out.
Yep.
But
I just subscribed. So I'm gonna save this to watch later.
All right. And one last thing, in the description of this video is a link. And everybody keeps saying, well, we want to help you out, Dave. We want to help you get this or get that. If you want to help but can't afford it, here's one way to do it. There is a link in there to apply for a credit card. This is the last time I'm going to say something about it. I can have up to 5 people, apply and get a card. You don't have to use the card. Just cut it up, throw it away. It'll build your credit up after you've done it. Mm-hmm. Or make one small purchase, cut it up, pay that off, and then let it build your credit up. But if 5 people sign up and get approved for it, it gives me $500 worth of credit on my credit card bill, which means that credit card will be paid off. I can then go out and buy me an air conditioner for here, because the rest of this week it's going to be in the 90s outside with humidity and dew points pretty high. So I might not be available this coming Friday because of heat. So just so you know.
Yeah, it's going to be. Actually our temperatures are leveling off, but we're getting a ton of moisture, and it's just getting nasty here.
And that way, for those who want to help but can't financially do it, this would be one way to help me. I would greatly appreciate anybody that does. If you don't, no sweat. But it's us again.
There we go. Oof. Other less than lethal things people need to be aware of that in a lot of states you shouldn't have the gloves that have weights in them, whether it's sand, lead pellets, a lead strap on it, whatever it's called, sap glove. A lot of states, those are felonies, not misdemeanors, felonies to have.
Nancy, if you want to contact me, my email address is on my About page. You'll have to check the little box to prove you're not a robot, and get with me on that, and maybe I can see if I can't help you out there.
Hey, Kaylin.
Evening, Miss Kaylin.
I didn't see her come in.
I didn't either. Ouch. That's a little warm. Those for wondering, if you're just coming in late, Al is not with us this evening right at the moment. I don't know, and he wasn't sure if he was going to make it to Gills or not. He was having breathing problems today, so he's taking a break. So send your thoughts and prayers out to him, please.
Yeah. Al, the weather is playing heck on Al down there, and the dust and still getting pollen counts down there where he's at.
Hey, Backwoods, my dad, and unfortunately it's been lost in all the moves, but my dad had a blackjack that his dad gave him from, early Detroit days. It was an interesting toy. I'll put it that way. Yeah, there is, in my About page, there's an email address. You'll have to click the little box to say you're not a robot, and then it'll give you the email address. But it is there. I checked. So any other questions out there for less than lethal self-defense ideas, options, anything you've heard, you are questioning, feel free to ask.
Check something else here real quick. Just seeing what pops up here, doing a double check here.
Nice, Backwoods, nice. CB is asking how your wife is, Gil.
My wife, pulling her hair out right now because of work. She's an accountant for a property management company, and they just got a new property management on one of the accounts that she's in charge of the accounting for. Person does not know much about how to be from the property management side of the business, but so she's trying to get her all trained up, and of course September and October are the fiscal year changeovers. So she's got all the it's called Camerex. She's just pulling her hair out, trying to get some stuff done before then. She wants to be able to come up here for a week, possibly in August, but she's trying to get this person trained up so the person can do their stuff to get her the information she needs to do her job in September.
Hold on, let me pull something up real quick.
You want to show her what your About page looks like?
Yep, that's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah. I'm just looking here at the other less than lethal stuff here. Oh, that's a cute one.
All right, if you look right here, make it a little bit bigger for y'all. Scroll down. Right there. View email address. When you click that, oh, it showed it. I gotta hide it.
Too late. I got it. Oh, wait a minute. I got it already what I'm talking about. Yeah.
So, Backwoods, I'm going to tell Purple you called her ornery. I'm going to tell Purple you called her ornery again. Then I'm going to go run for the hills myself.
Oh, yes. I forgot about a less than lethal option.
What? You're a spouse? No,
that would not be less than lethal. if you happen to have a fire hydrant in front of your house, inch-and-a-half fire hose on there. If the riders are coming down the street, you turn that puppy on them. If you got a couple neighbors to help out, you get out a 2.5-inch fire hose. I guarantee you 3 people need to hold the hose, but you'll knock everybody else down.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't think Charles and I could hold it by ourselves. So,
yeah.
Of course, there isn't a fire hydrant that close to this house either.
Yeah. And then, of course, if you're inside the house, a pan of hot water always works.
Yeah, I think the closest fire hydrant is about, let's see, 2 football fields that way.
Yeah, there is something else that it comes on the market, it disappears, but there's a light that is a high-powered strobe, and it disappears because people claiming to have epileptic fits from it, and then it comes back under a different company name. They sell a bunch of them, and they, But yeah, it's like a little.
Is that what you got pulled up?
No, I don't. I haven't found it.
Yeah,
it's a handheld spotlight, and it makes most people sick because it changes, the lighting frequency changes a little bit on the strobe, and it's very nauseating.
Which website are you referring to there, Julie? And Nancy, if you go to my regular channel page, I'll bring it up again because I, like a silly boy, already got rid of it. Hold on. Get this over here so I can see what I'm doing. And share screen. No, this one.
I'm there already.
Okay, give me a second. All right, if you go to the main page right here, Southern Ohio Prepping, that's me. Go all the way over here to the About page. All the way to the right. It brings this up. Right down here in the details. For business inquiries, view email address.
Mine shows the box if you want to show mine. When you click on it.
Well, it would show the box if I viewed it as somebody outside myself.
Yeah.
Or you can hit one of the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can hit me through those as well. The Discord, there is a Discord link in most of my videos. If you want to join the Discord channel, that's also a way you can reach me. So there are various ways you can reach me on this page. Again, it's the About page. Last one over.
Hey, Mitz.
Good evening, Mitz. Welcome.
Oh, that reminds me. I better throw that up here right now.
What's that?
My link for it coming up here.
Oh, you're not even on my page. Here, I'll go this way. Oh, you're buried way deep. You guys can see how many videos I'm behind on watching. It's hard to keep up with everybody.
All right. So there's the link to my live stream, which starts in 6 minutes, and I got to go over there and make sure everything's set up. So I will see those of you that are coming over. I will see you over there in 6 minutes. And so take care. See you there.
All right. So if you have any questions, hit me up on one of those links. You can hit me up. Go to the About page, and you can hit me out on Facebook or via email. Doesn't matter. Just hit me up, and I will get back with you. I have not failed to answer an email yet. It just may take me a day or two. I do get lots of emails from companies saying, "Do you want to review our lingerie?" I'm a guy. I don't wear it. Why would I want to review it? So I have to be careful of what I respond to, but I do respond to real people. Yep, just go to the main page. If you're watching this video here in a minute, click underneath where it says Southern Ohio Prepping, the channel page. You click on that, and then when it brings up the main page, you click all the way over on the right side, you'll see the About page. Courtney, believe it or not, that hit my email box when I had Wolf's Den No BS reviews a couple years ago. I actually got a company that sent me something like that. And no. So yeah, that's the easiest way to do it. I don't really give out my email address very often, but I will post it here one time and one time only. That's my email address. Copy and get it now. I'm going to leave it in there for a couple more seconds, and I'm going to delete it. I'll have to delete it from the main page. Shoot. All right, I'll leave it to the end of the video. A couple more seconds here. I have no idea, Courtney. I didn't allow it. Email address is in there. Again, if you wish to contact me, that's the easiest way to do it. I am down near Cincinnati, so if that works for you, that's fine. But hit me up via email, and I'll see if I can help you out. That being said, go get some training. Training is key. And without that training, you're going to wind up hurting yourself more than the person you're trying to defend yourself from. So go get yourself a drink. Go visit the little boys and ladies room if you need to. Grab a snack. We'll join everybody over at Gill's here in just a few minutes. So until then,